Yo, people, and welcome to week 17 of the NFL season, the penultimate week. My boy, Christmas Day specials into the some big games anyway, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
get me. You know what? Christmas Day, the NFL are pissed because the games before the season, you'll be thinking, oh, yeah, 'cause obviously Commanders did well last season and Cowboys. And then Chiefs Broncos, we were expecting, oh, yeah. Defending AFC champs. And then the only one that's really worthy is just the fact that the Vikings beat the Lions and knocked the Lions out of elimination contention, really. And that's
Yeah.
what the Vikings have swept the Lions.
Yeah, really and truly. I don't know what the Lions would be. The Lions are coming into the season as one of our Super Bowl favorites, and I think a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites. Disappointing, very, very disappointing season for them. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
you can even. Obviously, we had a load of coaches changes and DCs and OCs, but I don't know if you can blame that because the personnel was still the same. They were healthy for a period of time, and I still think they are relatively healthy. You get what I mean in the right areas, but their back end can't stop anybody. I feel like they've overplayed the fact that they're going into these fourth downs and always wanted to go for it on fourth down and fourth down and fourth down. You think to yourself, bro, you're killing yourselves, man. So I think they're gonna have to reevaluate like this off season and look
Yep.
at what they want to do going forwards, because I love Dan Campbell as a head coach. I just think he needs to change his style a tad bit, not all the way. Just like if the points are there, take them.
Yes.
They're gonna have to fix the back end of their defense. Obviously, they paid Hutchinson up front, which is the right person to pay. So I just think that they need to just look at what they want to do going forwards, because they're going this way, and now they've plateaued and they're going that way. So it's like what are they thinking? And all the other teams in the NFC, the ones that stay good are staying good, and the ones that are coming from the depths of the NFC, like the Bears, for instance, and the Packers, who are young, are getting better. So you got a tough job on your hand for the Lions, but we'll see.
I mean, when they reached the NFC Championship a couple years ago, Dan Campbell said they might not get there again. And since
It's
then,
true.
they've not won a playoff game. They were the one seed last year, lost. This
Yep.
year, they were most people's favorites, like you said, haven't even got to the playoffs. In terms of like their injuries have hit them in the DBs, but if their pass rush doesn't get to the quarterback, then the secondary DBs have been getting cooked. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like Kirby Joseph's been paid, and maybe the cornerback. I thought name's gone out my mind, but yeah, it's just they're lucky their best players are still young. I was looking at a graphic the other day, and they've still got like just say Amon-Ra, Jameer Gibbs, Jameson Williams,
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph,
Yeah.
Laporta. I think they're all 26 or all 27 and under.
Yeah.
So like their best players are still young. But again, the NFL, bro, we know these other teams are just getting better. We spoke about in the AFC where we like the elite quarterbacks.
Yep.
Now the young guys, they're trying to come through and just battle because they've got the actual teams as well. So the Lions, I don't know how big their window was or if it's closed at the moment, but it's a big off season for them in terms of like getting the right coaching staff again from losing a very good OC, a very good DC. And yeah, just this, bro. Like Brosma put up 51 yards against them. It's not like the Vikings ran the ball crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, man. When you have 6 turnovers in a game,
yeah.
you need to expect to lose. And the turnovers you have are bad turnovers as well, like fumbles here, fumbles there, interceptions here, interceptions there. Like when you have that many turnovers and you only lose by a small margin that you lose by, you can understand you lost the game. They didn't win the game, you lost the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. Jared Goff hasn't been playing well in the last few weeks.
He's had a good season though. He has had a good season.
Overall, but like what's a good season if you're not
I
making
think
the
the
playoffs?
last few weeks have shown if you stop the run, you stop the Lions, no matter how well Goff plays. And
Yeah, because they play everything's off the run.
yeah, and the last, I think 4 games for the Lions, the run game has not been good. And Goff's put up numbers. Like, this game was his only real high turnover game. Other than that, Goff's actually been playing well. And
I'd
But
say numbers in the fourth though, bro. Because when I've been watching the Lions, they haven't been putting up numbers during like early, like fourth quarter comes and yes, they then like recently they've been on the comeback thing and you get what I mean, scoring points. But
mm,
like I don't know if he's been playing well the whole game. When I've watched him for like the whole length of the game, I'm like, he's playing all right.
but
But from what I saw last year to this year, obviously stopping the run's key, but you still got all these weapons around you that you can use. And I feel like a lot of the things other teams are doing, they're stopping the run correct, but they're just getting a lot of pressure in his face. And when he's pressured, he's not as obviously no quarterback's great against pressure, but you'd expect with that many weapons around you, they'd be better. So I don't know how well he's been playing, in my opinion, anyway. On eye
I
test,
think I
on
think
eye
he's
test.
played well, man.
Yeah, well, I'm just going on eye test on stats, and you watching it, you might have thought the same, but I'm just thinking to myself because I'm looking at him from the last year. I think I'm going off of I'm going judging off what you done for me lately, really and truly. So last year you had an MVP like season, you get what I mean, and then
Mm.
this year I'm like down year. Not like a down year like I've seen Lamar have and that sort of stuff. It's not been that, but you get what I mean. It's been not what I thought I would see this year, especially with them not making the playoffs.
I mean, I hear it to an extent, but even like Pro Bowl, for instance, I thought he might be a Pro Bowler because again, like you said, his numbers have been good, and
Mm,
I'm trying to think the last couple games, like the Steelers, the run game was zilch. I think between Montgomery and Gibbs, they didn't even have 30 or 40 yards. Maybe I think 40 yards between them. Obviously, the Steelers, like you said, that one was more of the comeback style.
yeah,
But before that, the Rams, they were going machine for machine with the Rams. Obviously,
yeah.
they lost. And then before that, they put what, 44 on the Cowboys? Like, they've been in these games, even the Packers game, they lost before that. But like, they're easily still scoring 24 plus. I think they've got the most 30-point. There was a moment anyway, they had the most 30-point plus games this season.
Mm,
But like when they win and the offense is clicking, it's the run and pass game. Do you know what I mean?
of course, of course.
And the run's just been completely shut. And then obviously, like you said, their defense hasn't been good. So yeah, it's a weird one because like you said, Chicago, the way they've come up, that division's just crazy now. And if the
Mm,
Vikings get a quarterback, bro, the Vikings haven't got a quarterback and they've got the same record.
exactly. And what next week they could have a winning record.
Yeah, so
So
that division,
yeah.
bro, yeah, it's gonna be a very challenging few years for them.
Mm,
Because yeah, again, all the Vikings need to do is if JJ McCarthy becomes that guy, and then you got Jordan Love and Caleb Williams, who are very very young as well. So
yeah.
yeah, but oh, the Saturday matchups, these were good games. These were
Hmm.
not deciding games, but they made noise in terms of like the standings and stuff. First of all, the Texans winning at the Chargers. I believe you're the only one that had that between us, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think I picked the Texans. I don't know why I picked. No, I think I picked the Chargers. I don't know why I picked the Chargers, but hey,
Oh, I thought you picked the Texans.
must have been dead. I think I picked the Chargers just coming off of the Texans' last performance against the Raiders. I wasn't convinced.
That was me as well.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, but the Texans showed up. That defense, we already said it a million times, but no one wants to see them in the postseason
Mhm.
because they are the reason why, if the Texans get to where they want to get to, they will get there. Because
Mm.
the offense really and truly is still, like, in my opinion, very mediocre. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
definitely.
But the defense is just a game changer completely. Complete game changer. And Justin Herbert didn't play badly, Like,
Mm.
it was just a case of like that pressure that they put on you,
Yeah.
it's kind of undeniable at this point what they're about to do. So real good game from them. Real good game from the Texans. I think it's a win they definitely needed, and especially in that division, to put pressure on the Jacksonville Jaguars for Sunday, especially, which they managed with Jags won, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
To put the pressure on. So good game for them, good win for them, and they'll be as we've already said before, a real tough out. And we already know what the Chargers are going to be, and I think the Chargers might get a playoff win this year. Who knows?
Well, yeah, they'll be on the road now, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, it depends on the matchup for them. But yeah, like you said, the Jags, I can't remember their final game, but they have to win that because the Texans
right on their tail.
right on their tail. And
Uh-huh.
I don't think anyone in the AFC wants the Texans to have a home run or to at least have a home playoff game.
Nope.
Like, you just want them on the road all the way. Even though for
Yeah.
me, I still don't feel it'll be a massive difference for the Texans. Because like you said, their defense absolutely phenomenal. I don't think a team can put over 21 on them.
Nah.
Like,
Nah, I don't see it happening.
legit insane. And like you said, Herbert wasn't bad, but the pressure was immense. I think they're the only team with two 10+ pass rushers in the league, or there was a period of time it was just Will Anderson Jr. and Daniel
Mm.
Hunt. And it's just from when I heard Will Anderson Jr. says he prefers stopping the running back than the quarterback, I said, do you know what? That's a madman.
Yeah.
We don't want to face him. And yeah, as long as CJ Stroud is fairly good, he doesn't even have to be good. Fairly good.
Just don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. Six out of 10.
Yeah.
That's all he has
Literally.
to be.
Get
And
your
they'll-
team. Get your team. I think they're a team where if they get to 20 points in the playoffs, you're not beating them.
Mm,
Do you get what I mean? If they get a lead on you, if they're 14-0, 14-3, all the best, because we can now
mhm.
run the ball and take time off the clock. We might not get anything from it, but what can you do on the offensive side? And that's why
Yeah.
I think they're gonna live and die. They're gonna live and die by that defense. D'Amico Ryan's defensive head coach. It makes sense what his defense are doing. So we'll see, man. But I'm liking what I see from them right now. I'm really
Yeah.
liking what I see.
I don't think it's spoken about enough how much credit D'Amico Ryan should get. Because
Yes.
third year with them, and fair play to CJ Stroud, that's 3 straight playoffs as well. Each year CJ Stroud has won a playoff game. D'Amico Ryans is just doing absolute wonders with this team. What, they started off the season 3-5 and and now they've won 8 straight
Mhm.
because their defense. I've said it. If they score 24 points every game as a bench threshold, they'll win every game.
Yeah. 100%. I agree. I
They're
definitely agree.
absolute
Their defense is
pass rush, safety, cornerback.
corners.
Because first we just thought, oh, Stingley Jr., but Lassiter on the other side, he's not a joke as well. Yeah, the Texans, they're for real. Everyone bow King Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone bow King Henry. And the question remains, the Ravens, John Harper, why have you not been doing this? Why? Why did you pull him out the Patriots? Well, effectively pull him out the Patriots game for the last 12 minutes when he was already running so well. Why?
This is what the world needs to know, because it's not like you had Lamar Jackson in the game. You were up by 11 points. Wouldn't it make sense to run the ball, run time off the clock like most teams would do if they had Derrick Henry? They confuse themselves. The Ravens are the kings of confusing themselves.
So, sorry to cut you off. It's not even running time off the ball. It's just run the ball because the Patriots couldn't stop him. They would have scored more.
This is the thing. And the Patriots haven't been a good run defense.
Yeah.
So it would have made sense. But then, of course, you want to do it on the week where you're playing for your lives and then you're having to hope. So, King Henry played a game. 4 TDs, crazy amount of yards. Was it 2? I know it was 2. I don't know the exact
216.
number. 216. He's moved up in the all-time rushing leaders touchdown list. So I think that's a record that if he plays for the next 4 years, which, boy, does he look like he's slowing down? Not really. He could possibly break. But yeah, it was a Derrick Henry vintage game. What we had seen from him in a Ravens jersey before, and what we wanted to see.
He had his record carries in this game as well.
That should have been the formula. This should have been the formula. You see, when Lamar got injured, in fact, when Lamar came back, this should have been the formula anyway. Let's just run Derrick Henry 30 times, 35 times a game, because why not?
Or even just, I think last week against the Patriots, if I'm not mistaken, 16 off the top of my head. I might be wrong, but it wasn't more than 20. Just run him 25 times. Obviously, this one was excessive. He's most 36, which you got to be realistic. But like many shows have put up the stat of, or it's been said multiple times, even from last season, when Derrick Henry runs 23 or 24 times, the Ravens win.
It's quite simple maths, isn't it?
Yeah.
But my confusion the last week is he ran more when Lamar was in the game than ran when Huntley was in the game. So with like the Ravens, that's why I said the Ravens confuse themselves. This week you run the right game plan. Next week,
On
run the
Herbert.
same game plan. Do you know what? Shout out Malik Willis though. Shout out Malik Willis, who is going
Bro,
to be a starter in the NFL next year.
and Snoop Huntley, the battle of the
Mm,
backup quarterbacks, they were both fantastic. Like, Snoop did what he needed to do. He didn't throw a
yeah.
lot, but he was very accurate, got his touchdown pass, and he ran very well. He's
hmm
basically like a grade. He's Lamar Jackson, but grade or two below.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they should sign him for life, or whatever team. If Lamar Jackson was to leave, Snoop Huntley needs to go
Needs to follow.
like
Yes.
follow, and then yeah, like you said, Malik Willis. Should he be a starter next year?
100%. 100%. I've seen enough to say he's better than a lot of starting quarterbacks I've seen this year in the NFL. I think teams in need can definitely do with a Malik Willis, but you also have to understand that team he's probably going to go to ain't going to have the development of QB coaching like the Packers have. The Packers have had great development of QBs from forever. So you're going to go to somewhere that doesn't have the developmental coaching side of things like the Packers do. You're going to go somewhere that's probably a terrible organization because that's who's looking for a QB right now. I think maybe the Cardinals could go for him. You get what I mean? I think the Cards would be a good move for Malik Willis. You never know. Some of the other ones with rookie QBs that they don't know, the Browns, for instance. I don't think the Browns are go, but you get what I mean. I'm just throwing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name out there.
definitely.
So I feel like he would definitely have a starting job next year or be competing for one anyway. And Snoop will be the backup for Lamar, as you said, for the rest of his life. But I feel like he had a good game, timely throws he made.
Yeah.
The question going into this week now, because obviously the Browns have beat the Steelers, is Lamar going to play? Is Lamar going to be the starter? Because I've been seeing a lot of nonsense said that they should start Snoop Huntley
I was
if
going to
Lamar
ask you that.
if
But you
Lamar
beat
is fit.
it.
Let's just be serious. Let's just be serious. All you do is run the same game plan you ran last week, just with Lamar there, because Lamar can make the big explosive plays
Mm.
with his
The
arm.
Browns are good against the run, though. They always play the Ravens well against the run.
Yeah. But I feel like Lamar with his arm can do a lot more with the same process you ran last week. Just throw the ball. In fact, you see the way they played against the Bengals? They threw the ball like 12 times,
Yeah.
right? Just play that way. You get what I mean? Lamar can make the big 12, make 8 big throws, cool, run the ball, win the game, go to the playoffs, and then you figure it out after that.
Yeah.
Because the
I mean,
Steelers are reeling.
there was many games last season where Lamar would throw just under 20 times, but would be super accurate. Obviously, that's apex Lamar. That should have won MVP last year, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
So it just depends if he's like that. Because with Lamar, yeah, the thing that's shown weird is if he's not fully healthy, like not to sound rude, but when he's not fully healthy, it's like he can't still play at his super best.
Yeah, you can see that though, especially if it's a leg injuries.
Whereas like there's other quarterbacks, they can still be injured and still just perform magic. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other counterparts, I should say, sorry.
If it's leg injuries, yeah, because obviously you're now not afraid of him running out of the pocket. Do you get what I mean? He can pick you apart with his arm. He showed that last season a lot. But you're so afraid that, okay, wait, if this play breaks down, he can run. If you're not afraid of that, you're going to stand back and you're just going to guard these receivers. And these receivers that they have, we realize they're not that great. Do you get what I mean? Zay Flowers has good games. Then he has a mad brain lapse.
Yeah.
Then you have DeAndre Hopkins that can make you the 3 big plays a game. Rashard Bateman, you just don't know what you're going to get from him on a day-to-day basis. Mark Andrews is similar. So you get what I mean? You're just... There's it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one with Lamar. But I feel like next week, if Lamar's healthy, Lamar starts this game. And I think they go to the playoffs anyway because the way I've been watching these Steelers, they can't be trusted.
Yeah, they are a sorrowful team. Oh my gosh. We'll come to them soon. Before we do, I didn't really want to touch upon this game, but because it affects your division, the Bucks, to be fair, them losing it hasn't affected
Nah.
what's going to happen next week. But just the way they lost to the Dolphins, it's just like the Bucks' season. Obviously, next week's game's in Tampa Bay, but I actually think you lot are going to beat them now.
Oh no, we're beating them. We're beating them. Their season, they've been reeling. Baker Mayfield just you don't look great right now. Like really, really doesn't look great right now.
Yeah. And he's got his weapons now. So
exactly.
It's so weird. When he didn't have his weapons, he was pulling it out of the bag. He supposedly got a shoulder injury, but boy.
Yeah, man, it just looks sad for the Bucks right now. Losing to the Dolphins in the way you lose to the Dolphins. So the only thing that I'm annoyed at is if we had beaten the Seahawks this week, this would have been a division done. But
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I don't see the Bucks win another game. But
script writers.
Yeah, the script writers want a Saturday game. We'll be there on Saturday.
Shit, yeah,
we'll be there on Saturday. But yeah, Quinn Ewers had a good game.
He did. He actually did, to be fair.
Yes, Quinn Ewers had a good game. Yeah, so Mike McDaniel's probably happy, saying, look, this is the system I've wanted to run. This is why I should keep my job. Tua, you can find yourself somewhere else. So, yeah.
Oh, my days, fair. Patriots. Is Drake Maye in your MVP conversation?
Nah. The only person, Matt Stafford's the MVP. There's nothing.
He's still MVP for me, but Drake Maye, bloody hell. Obviously, it was the Jets.
That's the thing. There's nothing that anyone can do right now.
I was looking at it was kind of a stat to favor Drake Maye, but a tweet to favor Drake Maye, but a lot of the stats against Stafford go in his favor.
Stats against Stafford go in Drake Maye's favor?
Yeah, bar the obviously touchdown and interception part.
What about the fact that the Patriots have played absolutely no one?
And that part. So that's what a lot of people said. I'll find you the tweet and I'll send it to you because Kevin Wilds retweeted it and he said, "Oh, that's very interesting." I was like, "Yeah, of course you can say that."
It is.
But a lot of people, a few people in the comments were like, "Oh, you managed to leave off the part where the teams that they've faced," because now technically Drake Maye's only beat one winning team / quarterback, which is the Bills this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone that they've got to win against haven't got a winning record. So
no, that's the thing. That's why for me, Stafford is playing the harder games week in, week out. He's playing in the division where it's super duper tough. Look at the division he's playing in. They could finish third in their division.
It's madness. They might be the 6th seed.
Exactly. And the record that they have might be the same as the Patriots.
Yeah. Because the Patriots are 13-3, and they could go to 12-4 tonight.
Yeah.
But even then, like you said, the schedule, just in a madness.
Bro. So Matt Stafford's been doing it against tougher competition week in, week out. Firstly, if you have the Jets in your division and you get to play 2 give me games against them, you're good. And the Dolphins this year as well, because the Dolphins have been arsed this year. So if you have both of those 2 in your division, you get to 4 games against them in the season.
Hey, the Dolphins beat the Bills.
Yeah, they did, but hey.
The Dolphins got 7 wins this season? Hey.
Yeah. But we know what we were calling the Dolphins the worst team in football at one point.
At one point, yeah. Then they won, was it 5-7 or some jazz? Yeah. Yeah.
So for me personally, Stafford's taking the MVP just because of strength of schedule, what I've seen him do. Age plays a part into this. He's also
and the fact that Stafford didn't have a preseason.
Exactly that. But I was going to say he's also immobile. You know what Stafford is. You know what he's about to do to you, and you can't stop it. And that is what the beauty in being the best in the NFL is.
I had to check again, just when I was looking at Maye and Stafford. Stafford still got minus stats for rushing.
See? And they won't be going anywhere. They won't be going into the positive anytime soon.
Oh, he's literally diced them up. But then May's got a few rushing touchdowns. Do you know what? Yeah, Drake Maye, he's got a cerebral vibe about him because he's got the best pass completion in the NFL. And again, going 19 for 21, 256, 5 touchdowns. And they pulled him out 5 minutes left of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
again, it's the Jets. By the way, did you know the Jets have 0 interceptions throughout the whole season?
It sounds like the Jets.
I don't think I'd ever heard of a team that's done
Sounds
this
like the
before.
Jets. How many wins have they got this year?
Uh,
3. How many wins they got this year? 3.
yeah, I think
See?
3.
Yeah, see, but at one point we were calling the Jets the worst team of football.
I thought they were not going to win a football game, bruv. Yeah, they're 3
And then
and 13.
and then the next week they won.
Yeah, boy. Well, again, the Patriots, they look good still. It's going to be interesting because they've actually, I think they've still got a shot at the 1 seed. Obviously, the Broncos got the Chargers final game, and then the Patriots got the Dolphins. So
Yeah, see.
that's a gimme game for them. They're more or less winning that, unless they just concede getting the 2nd seed, and then
They already won their
no,
division.
they can't concede that because the Jags are on their tail.
Yeah, but they've won their division already. So it'll just be a case of conceding the fact that you're going to have a home game the next game if you get through. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, they'll play a strong team against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolphins, we've seen they like to, and the Dolphins historically always beat the Patriots at the end of like Brady days. Can you remember Fitzpatrick, that game, that
the mad game.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was, I remember, last game of the season or second penultimate game, but yeah, boy, that Maye, fair play to him. He's a proper quarterback. Yeah, you briefly touched up on the sorrowful Steelers, who seem to be busy. Their main focus was making sure Myles Garrett didn't get the sack record rather than actually winning the game. It was an embarrassing performance for me. And that DK Metcalf suspension is going to cost them a playoff spot.
100%. They have no one to throw the ball to. Like, their injuries have piled up in the recent weeks as well. If they can't run the ball, if they cannot run the ball, they're rendered useless. Because Aaron Rodgers is looking like a 41-year-old.
It's so hit and miss. 1 minute he could look mid-30s or early 30s.
The next week he looks terrible. So obviously next week's a playoff game for them. Come Sunday night, that's a playoff game. Literally playoff start for the Steelers and the Ravens next week because it's win or go home. But the Steelers, as you said, they were literally playing for Myles Garrett not to break the record. Terrible performance on, I'm going to say on both sides of the ball. Do you know why? Because, in fact, let me not say on both sides of the ball. The defense held the Browns to 13 points.
Yeah.
It's a good game from them.
I mean, the Browns have no weapons. Fannin Jr. got hurt and then he got injured.
Yeah. So, as you said, it's an embarrassing loss for them. But a chance to really seal the division this week, rest everyone going into next week to then have your main focus on the playoffs. Now you have to play everyone. TJ Watt might have to come back. He had a collapsed lung, and that's medical. He might not even be able to come back.
Yep.
Your team's old in general. Now you're gonna have to play a playoff game next week. You play a playoff game next week. You know what's happening the week after. You might not going home. So, like it's not ideal for them. It's not ideal for them. But I don't think they're prepared for it.
And the games in Pittsburgh and the Ravens have been better on the road this season. So
yeah,
but I think obviously, like you stated, Lamar should start. But whoever starts, I still think the Ravens are winning. At this rate.
Me too.
I just think the Steelers are that bad without DK. Like, obviously, it's one game, but we've seen throughout the whole season him being there. Not to say he's one of the top 5 receivers, but him being there opens up the field for the others, and he's been getting good yardage. So, and it helps the run game as well. Whereas this week we saw it, and their focus of stopping Myles Garrett.
Yeah, very interesting game plan at this point of the season, bro. Let the man get sacks, win the game, but no. Hey, you know what? Come in 2 weeks when Aaron Rodgers retires and Mike Tomlin might be out of a job, they'll then rue this decision.
But hey, he'll say I've still got a winning record. Fair play to him because he hasn't had a proper quarterback for, let's say, nearly 10 years now. Because
but that's on
years of Big Ben's career, he was not that guy. So
I know, but that's on the organization. After that, you're being too loyal to.
So, but you can't blame Tomlin because he's not drafted.
I'm not blaming Tomlin.
Oh, okay,
I'm just trying to work out why they didn't have a replacement in place when you knew Ben Roethlisberger was at the end of his career. And
Mm.
then you may as well sign Ben Roethlisberger back right now. That's what you got back there.
Are you saying Philip Rivers style?
Like, come on now. It's like, hey, Aaron Rodgers is kind of a statue right now. He's in the pocket. He'll make the odd play. He's got good arm strength and that sort of stuff, but it's not Aaron Rodgers. So I think next weekend will be his last game of his NFL career. And yeah, right into the sunset.
Fair. Fair. Do you know what? I didn't really want to talk about this game too much, but the Colts Jags, Trevor Lawrence, I'm just going to speak on him. I feel like he was really impressive. It wasn't a high scoring game, but I felt like the pressure he got from the Colts D-line, the rush was quite good from the Colts. It was fairly immense for me, and he did not look phased. He still just continued playing the way he's been the last few weeks. Obviously, there was no passing touchdowns. There was the red zone pick, but it was a great interception by the DB, and he ran a couple into the red zone as well. Like, Trevor Lawrence's poise is really impressive right now for me. And again, that's credit to the head coach, who's arguably the coach of the year, Liam Cohen, in his first year head coach. But I don't know, like, your thoughts on just Trevor Lawrence the last 5 weeks, especially, and how he looks, because that natural talent is there more than you can argue. He's got top 5 natural talent in terms of quarterback play.
Yeah, no, this last 5 weeks he's been showing us why he is paid like he's paid. He's been showing us why the Jacksonville Jaguars believed in him before any of us could see it. Long may this continue, because I don't want to see this and then I see what I saw 5 weeks ago. Do you get what I mean? When we saw nonsense and we're like, bro, we can't, there's no consistency with this play. Or at the beginning of the season when the team were winning in spite of his performances. Do you get what I mean? I don't want to see that. So I believe in his ability and the weapons the Jags have around him. They've trusted in him. The head coach believes and trusts in him. And I can see, like, they mesh very well. And what he's been putting on film in the past 5 weeks, it's been sensational. And if he can carry this on into the playoffs, the Jags have a good chance of making some noise.
Because bar Josh Allen, he's probably got the most playoff obviously Aaron Rodgers if the Steelers get there, and Lamar. But like, bar Josh Allen and the AFC North quarterbacks, Trevor's got the most experience, and he's been all right in the playoffs.
What's he got? One win? Well, CJ Stroud as well.
Actually, yeah, CJ. Yeah, Texans. But like, you trust Trevor more than CJ the way they're both playing right now.
Yeah. Right now on paper, I just trust the Texans more than I trust the Jags.
Yeah, the Jags need to win that final game for just not to give up home field to the Texans. Like, don't let the Texans win the division.
I think the Jags are good anywhere, but I think you'd rather be at home in your weather conditions. Like, I don't know how long it's been since the Jags have hosted a playoff game.
When Trevor made the comeback on Justin Herbert.
How many years ago was that?
I think I'd like to say about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Because I think it was year 2 for Trevor, and he's in year 5 now.
Okay, so 3 years ago, but yeah. So I think after a season like this anyway, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, they got the Titans final game. Obviously, we'll quickly. All right, Titans, Saints, 4 dead rubber. Both quarterbacks balled. Cam Ward and is Tyler Shock a starter for you next year?
100%, 110%.
When I was watching last night, I was like, this is the first question I'm going to ask you.
100%.
Is he a starter next year? Because this guy's serious, bro.
110%. He's a star for the New Orleans Saints. They're not even looking in the draft for anyone. They're going to just build around what they've got right now. He looks great. He's been the best rookie QB out of the class of rookie QBs. From the minute he's come in, he's been the best rookie QB this year.
He started off slightly shaky, but once he's got his feet on the ground, because the Saints have won 4 in a row now.
Yeah, they beat the Panthers, they beat the Bucks, they beat. Yeah, this all started with the Bucks game, or the game before the Bucks.
Yeah, I think it was the game before the Bucks.
Yeah, so they beat someone, then they beat the Bucks, the Panthers, and then they beat the Tennessee Titans.
No, it started Bucks game. You're right. So they Bucks, Panthers, Jets, Titans.
Yeah, see, 4 in a row, which is real good, to be fair. And he's playing lights out. I think, as we said last week, the age factor, the maturity factor, I feel like that's why they drafted him. It doesn't feel like a rookie QB.
Yeah.
It is one, but it doesn't feel like one. And I feel like he's coming and really taking over the job. So I think it's now his job to lose next year.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And Cam Ward's playing well, man.
And
also Cam Ward played well. One of his better games this year as well. I feel like he's learning and growing and getting to know the offense properly and really growing into himself in the NFL. You can see what reps and what a full season looks like come the end of the season for these rookie QBs. Like you can even see in Shador's game, the first half was a lot better than what we've seen before. And the poise and the confidence in the way he's playing. So I feel like reps, consistency, belief, weapons around you, all of that makes sense. And you can see from what I'm seeing from the rookie QBs, including Jackson Dart as well, it's been good for them.
I think sneakily this could end up in maybe next year's a push, but obviously the way the year two quarterbacks have done this well, it could happen. But maybe 2 years' time, we could end up saying this year's draft class of quarterbacks are actually a good draft class. Because they're having like their battle wounds. Like you said, Cam Wood, to his benefit, like he's one of the most fortunate number one picks because there's no spotlight on Tennessee. No one has no expectations. And he's been allowed to fail. And like we know there's not going to be no quarterback conversation in the offseason. Because like you said, he's been improving. And it should be that way generally for rookie quarterbacks. But obviously the higher you're drafted, the longer leeway you've got. Whereas like, I don't know if Shador's going to have that leeway plus his family name, etc., which isn't fair, but...
And all the media attention was on Shador Sanders. You'd have thought Shador was the number one pick because I swear, I hear about Shador every single day and I don't even hear about any other QB unless I hear about Jackson Dart for concussion. I hear about Tyler Shock every so often. On the odd,
you hear about him because we speak about him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But on odd other shows,
on the odd other show, someone just might mention his name just because, and then you hear Cam Ward when he's playing against one of these young QBs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, it comes with the territory, I guess.
No, it does. But yeah, no, just they could potentially have those four that we've named: Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Tyler Shock, and Shador. Could have bright, obviously Dylan Gabriel's in that class as well, but they could have bright futures. Like,
of course,
there is a good trajectory for them. A lot of them have been given an actual chance to somewhat fail and to grow. I should say to grow with no super pressure bar Shador. So, and Dylan Gabriel because he's playing with Shador. But yeah, no, I think in years to come because those three in particular, especially Cam Ward and Tyler Shock, they've got big arms. Like, they can throw the football.
Yep. Yeah. So, and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. Quinn. It's because it's game 2 starting, so Justin crossed my... But yeah, he threw the ball really well yesterday. So, no, it could sneakily be a good draft class. Sneakily. Yeah. We spoke about them briefly, but your Panthers... do you know what? That's one of the best defenses in football, but bloody hell, Bryce Young, that was not a good game, mate.
Yeah, poor performance. I went out on a whim thinking we were going to win, but you know, it was hope more than belief.
You got to back your team, man.
Yeah, exactly.
When they're in contention to win the division, like
exactly that. So you know. It was one of those days. It didn't. That's all I can say. It was one of those days because I felt like from the start of the game it was going to be one of those days. Not a great performance from us. The Seahawks are one of the premier teams in the NFC, and they proved why they are one of the. Premier teams
at the half, it was 3-3. They Donald didn't even throw 150 throughout the game.
I know, but when it's 3-3 and you know you ain't got a defense like they've got, and we ain't got the offense like they've got, you kind of know. And we're not playing at home.
No, you lot were at home.
My brain is scattered.
You lot were at home still.
I felt like we weren't even at home. Honestly, felt like we weren't at home.
You guys are the home team still.
Yeah, but losing like that. Yeah, next week. That's all I was thinking about when it was like through the end of the third quarter. I was just saying next week. In my
Yeah,
brain, I was thinking just focus on next week. I was looking at the Bucks score more than I was looking at our score at one point. I was like, okay, cool.
because
But
that's the thing. With you lot losing, even if the Bucks won, it wouldn't have mattered.
this is the thing. But I was just hoping because they'd just tired us, and then we'd just gone next week, and then it would have been.
Yeah, and
So
as of
yeah,
now, you've still got the tiebreaker on them. So next week, the Bucks have to win. Whereas if the game ends in a draw, which is
that's it.
quite rare, but yeah, like so, yeah. As for the Seahawks, I don't know if I'm concerned for them going into the playoffs, but there's some questions because the offense hasn't looked too good
Mm,
of recent. Do you know what I mean? And it's weird because I saw a stat today, a tweet, that Sam Darnold's one of 5 quarterbacks in NFL history with back-to-back 13-win seasons. It was Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Sam Darnold, and I think Brett Favre. I might be wrong. It might be Brett Favre, and I was quite surprised that Mahomes or Lamar weren't on that list.
mm,
But like Donald's back-to-back 13, he's going into week 18 again, playing for the 1 seed in the division.
right.
Not even in
Yeah.
his division, sorry, in the conference.
Conference.
Like, so one, it shows be patient with quarterbacks, or quarterbacks need to go to the correct coach because Sam Donald's life changed going to Kevin O'Connell.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, he can play, but again, like I said, the Seahawks offense hasn't been wow-ish like the way they were when they were just scoring points for fun.
Yeah, but I think that's still in them, though. That's the thing. I don't think you lose that. I think back end of the season, it just gets a bit tougher. It's good. It's more like the playoff atmosphere that they're going to probably see, which is going to be the difficulty. But they're still winning these games. Do you get what I
Yeah,
mean?
which is true.
And think about it, the Rams game last week, but they put up the points. Like they were on. Well, they weren't, and then they were. It's weird. Like they're such an up and down team during
Yeah,
the game, like a game like that. But
yeah, it's true because in my mind, the Rams game was 2 weeks ago, but it was last week, but it was the week before Philip Rivers' first game for the Colts.
yeah,
It didn't score a touchdown. It was all field goals.
this is the thing. But then they put up how many points against the Rams, and the Rams defense is sensational.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you
no, it's
know,
true. Yeah.
maybe it's a case of playing down to competition, which we have seen. But I think when the playoffs come, I don't think they'll be in a mindset where it's going to be a problem. I believe in them. I've actually believed in the Seahawks since before the start of the season.
You did. You did.
So it's been one of my teams. I think to myself, yeah, they can do it, and I truly believe that they'll be in contention to go to the Super Bowl at that division.
I mean, I feel like they have. They don't have to because their defense can play anywhere. But the 1 seed it might be really important because teams going to Lumen Field, it could intimidate them.
Yes. Yeah, I already said that's the best crowd I've seen from the Legion of Boom days. Do you get what I mean? So they would always be the extra few men you needed on the field. They would create turnovers themselves. They would just, it's so loud in there you can't think. So I think that they get the 1 seed next week. Well, actually, it's going to be tough, but yeah.
If they win, they get it. Obviously,
Yeah.
they're at the 49ers, so but
That's
again,
the thing. That's the thing, and that 49ers are on fire.
Yeah. Offensively, defensively, they could be go at.
Yeah, it's true.
But now the Seahawks, now that they're a serious outfit still. They are a serious team. I think they're still top 5, both offense and scoring defenses. So but Bengals blew out the Cardinals, blah.
Yeah.
Giants blew out the Raiders, blah.
Yeah, that was a good game to see who's going to get the pick.
Yeah. This is back-to-back years in week 17 heading into the game. The Giants have had the first pick of the draft and then they've won that game.
Oh, man.
Yeah, last year I think they beat the Colts. They're a funny team.
Yeah.
Bills, Eagles. What a
Yeah.
good low-scoring game for me,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes, I agree. I
But
very much agree.
we'll speak about the Eagles first, bro. In the first half, yeah, I thought if this is the Eagles that shows up, they're going back to the Super Bowl.
I said the same exact thing.
I think I even tweeted it. I was like, Philly, I like what, even though they only scored 13 points, I just like the way they were moving the ball. The way after the first series, the offense just looked clean. And the defense, we've called the Texans the best defense in the NFL, which they are. But the defensive plays that the Eagles defense make, bro, the drive where I can't remember. I think they stopped the run. I think it was Zach Bourne stopping the run. Josh Allen getting sacked, maybe by Jalen Carr, and then Cooper DeJean, his tackle. There was one drive, like the 3 and out. It's the best 3 and out I've ever seen in my life. Bro, I stood up and applauded. I was laying on the sofa. I was like, nah, I gotta get up. It was the best 3 and out I've seen in my life. I said, wow. I was actually in awe. And then the second half happened.
Yeah, we saw the Eagles that we've been seeing. That's what happened.
Literally that.
We're getting the Eagles, the Super Bowl Eagles, and then we're getting the Eagles that we've been seeing throughout this year when they're having problems and the offense can't move the ball. At one point, Jalen Hurts hadn't completed a pass. I was like, what the hell is going on? What did you guys go in the locker room and do to come out playing like this? The switch was just so crazy to me. Luckily their defense is their defense. Because you were stopping the Bills, you were blocking field goals.
Yeah.
Like that blocked field goal is the reason why you probably won the game, if you actually think about it.
Was that? I think it was a extra point.
Extra point. But yeah, that blocked extra point is the reason why you won the game, because they're then forced, well, they're not forced to, but they want to win the game, and then they go and they can't win the game. But yeah, that's the Eagles are an interesting one because, as you said, first half is Super Bowl. Second half, it's what we've seen this year, where we think it's back to 2 years ago, where they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs. So I don't know, man, but they got the win, which is the key thing. And we said last week that the momentum building was building just to get the wins on the board. So they've got another win on the board. I think they'll win again next week, and then it's a push to see what they can do in the playoffs.
I can't remember if we spoke about it last week or me and you just spoke about it, about tackling in the NFL.
Oh yeah, why they don't tackle the right way? They always tackle up here instead of like rugby players know how to tackle. NFL players don't know how to tackle.
Yes, the Eagles put on a tackling masterclass. Like, again, Cooper DeJean, I just think he's bloody unreal. And just their defense in general, like if their defense stays healthy, because obviously that's slightly an issue for them, is whether Jalen Carter is going to be there, for instance, and certain games, because he's been in and out. If their defense is fully healthy, I think they'll go back to the Super Bowl, no matter how bad their offense is. Because again, they've been in many of these ultra low scoring games where they've actually won this season. Like, was it the Packers 10-7 and then the Lions 13-10, or mixture of the games? And it's just like the game's boring, not scoring. Fair enough. Their offensive play calls. Do you know what? I saw a lot of Eagles fans last night. They feel sorry for Jalen Hurts because the play call in the second half was run, and then let's pass it to Devontae Smith, hoping he'll get the ball. And it happened on multiple drives. And you're just like, really?
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to kill the game when they score 13 points instead of actually just trying to pile on. So I think obviously they're gonna have to figure some things out still, which is, you don't really want to be figuring things out in week 17 going into week 18. But if you can bring the first half performance and what that balanced side of offense and just provide it through the whole game, then you got a Super Bowl contending team again. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're winning at the right time. That's all that counts right now anyway, the wins. The wins count. You don't want to lose games. You want to keep momentum high in the building. You want to keep everyone like, okay, cool. We did this right, we did this wrong, but we got the win. So we can look at things from a positive aspect instead of shit, bloody, you get what I mean? So yeah, I think for them, good win, low scoring win. another grind out win like the Chiefs were doing last year, similar to that one score game. Boom, boom, boom. Super Bowl. They might not win it, but I think they might be able to get there if they put on that type of performance.
Yeah, because the 2 seed is still on for them next week. So
Yeah.
because I can't remember who the Bears got in the last game. They're both 11-5, but it's just like, yeah, Philly. I just believe in their defense. The plays that they make,
Mm-hmm.
will, as long as they're healthy, I think at this rate they're gonna get back to the Super Bowl. And then the flip side is the Bills. Were you surprised that they went for 2? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I think you go for 2 there just because I think you go for 2 just because you're in that mode where everything's working right now and you're rolling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I say you don't go for 2 is because the Eagles' offense hadn't moved the ball anywhere in the second half. So if you go
That's
into
a big
overtime, you can probably dominate and win the game there. But I think in your mindset, you're thinking, let's just win this game right here, right now. Because you don't even want to give them a chance to reset. If they reset and then bring back the offense from the first half, we're going to lose the game.
Mhm.
Wasn't looking likely, but you know how momentum can switch.
Yeah.
One big play, one this. And also, they had already had an extra point blocked. And the Philadelphia Eagles have been key in blocking extra points this season. They did it against the Rams. They did it again last night. They've done it a few more times. So I think they had that in the back of their minds. Let's win the game. Let's put the ball in Josh Allen's hands. And at the end of the day, he just missed. He literally just missed the throw. There's nothing else. Was it Cooks that was wide open?
Yeah. It was a wide open. No, I think it was Shakir. I believe it was Shakir. But either way,
one of the two. Wide
Josh
open in the
Allen
back of the end
made it
zone.
throw.
You got to hit him, and you didn't. So at the end of the day, that is on him. And yeah, that's where the blame lies. Obviously, at the end of the game, if you're going to blame someone for not winning it, you have to give it to Josh Allen.
I think I tweeted you either just before it happened or just after one or two. Well, I definitely thought about it just before. I was like, you know what? This fourth quarter performance by Josh Allen, he's gone into that realm where he's in that Mahomes realm of, I'm gonna drag this team out the mud. Do you know what I mean? Like, fair play to him. He's in that best quarterback in the world conversation out right now. And I was just kind of not in awe, but I was just like, do you know what? Obviously, before the game, I wanted the Eagles to win, but I picked the Bills because I thought the Bills were going to win. And then during that comeback, I was like, do you know what, Josh Allen, just complete this comeback because it's actually masterful what you're doing. But then the flip side to that is I said, if he completed that comeback, they would have shot him up. The media would have said he's the MVP.
Yeah.
And I was like, when he missed that throw, I said, the footballing gods have answered my prayer because we're not letting him scam his way into this MVP conversation.
It's true.
And if he completed that, they would have forgot about Drake Maye, who's very close to Matt Stafford to me right now. But they wouldn't have even discussed Stafford and Maye. They would have said Josh Allen's the top.
Yeah, 100%. They said, because I keep hearing, what's the key? All I keep hearing in the MVP conversation is, what's the key game they won? In my head, I'm thinking, bro, what the hell is this key game you have to win now to win MVP? When did this start happening? Because it's like you're just changing the rules.
Yeah.
What's the key game? I'm thinking, key game? Isn't that just a season, over the course of the season? They're saying, no, you have to win a key game in the year. I'm like, bro, this is stupid. So, but he missed the throw. So at the end of the day, but I saw many people today defending him, saying, this and that. I said, bro, the man missed the throw. It's fine. Just admit he missed the throw. Let's move on. If there's any other quarterback, yes, he missed.
Yep.
He missed. They lost a game. They're in the playoffs. We'll see what he does next week.
Oh, if it was other quarterbacks, they might have said they choked, etc.
Of course.
So,
And I don't think he's playing next week anyway because he got a foot injury, so that would have avoided him for the MVP. But we know he'll keep up the games, the starting streak. He'll come on, take the snap, disappear like he did last year.
He's got a starting streak, hasn't he?
Yeah. So he'll come on.
Fair play to him.
So we know that's going to happen next week, but the Bills will be on the road in the playoffs, and I don't know where they're going to go, but it's going to be tough.
I mean, if they lose the final game, they could be going to New England. Because
straight away.
If they right now they're the 7th seed, so they'll go to New England. New England are the 2 seed.
Oh
So
yeah, shame.
as it stands right now, they're going to New England because them and the Texans got the same, and Texans got the tiebreaker on them.
Right. New England will
So,
be happy about that because they don't
but
want to see the
do
Texans.
do you know what's going to happen in Josh Allen's favor? The Chargers are going to beat the Broncos. The Bills, they're going to lose, stay the 7th seed. The Patriots are going to win. Patriots going to be 1 seed, and Josh Allen's going to go to Denver.
I don't think you want to go to Denver either, though.
I think, I think for the Bills' sake, they'd prefer going to Denver than going to New England.
I think so, but I think they lose both places.
If they go to Denver, I actually think they might win it. God, the Broncos' defense hasn't looked that good of recent, and the way their defense is, I think he'll figure them out. Like
I
maybe,
don't think he has enough weapons to figure out the back end of that defense.
for me, is if you don't target Pat Surtain, then the back end's not wow like that. Like obviously they've got good safeties and that, but they can be got at. You can score points on the Broncos defense. Obviously New England you can, but New England will just go machine for machine. Do you know what I mean? So like,
But I just don't. I don't see the Bills. I watched them enough this year to think to myself, I don't trust them. It's Josh Allen, James Cook or nothing. And if they get away from the run, if the run is stopped, it ends up being like last night, and then it's okay. Who best defense wins?
yeah, no, sure. But
So yeah,
it's going to be interesting. Obviously, like you said, they'll likely rest him, and then if he's fresh, he's going to be the most favored quarterback in the AFC. So, and
yeah.
if they'd won last night, there was a potential for a Lamar versus Josh in the first round. That would have been absolute super high
Yeah.
firework for that one. But hey, we're not getting that. And arguably the game of this week 17 that we're going to wrap up on, the 49ers versus the Bears. Both teams' defenses are arguably non-existent. Well, were non-existent in that game. But both quarterbacks,
On fire.
especially I have to call him now Brocktavius since he's been doing the Dougie every now and then, you know. Even yesterday, did you see the Euro step into the Dougie?
Yeah.
Brocktavius, my guy. Bro, I think back-to-back games, 5 touchdowns from him.
Yeah, he's been playing well,
Obviously,
man.
started off with the pick 6, but that was just a great play by Jalen Johnson in general. And it did not phase him.
You know, turnovers do not phase Brock Purdy. I've seen him throw 3 interceptions in a game. It don't matter. It's
in
like
the half, Panthers, you guys, they won.
Exactly. It does not phase him one bit. He's gonna keep on throwing the ball, and he's gonna keep on keeping on. And yeah, he's looked good, man. Last 2 weeks, especially, he's looked good. This game, last night, he looked very, very good, very, very special in there. And yeah, man, the 49ers, there's best coach team in the NFL, and they are super duper dangerous. They can really, really, really make noise. Because I don't know if Fred Warner's going to be fit to come back, because, you know, I already told you, you know, the health.
They've already started with, if they make the Super Bowl, they think he can be back for the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl.
Right. So,
and before the game yesterday, he rang the bell. He got the crowd hyped.
So the 49ers are a very, very dangerous team, bro. Like a very dangerous team. Can they be the 1 seed still?
Yeah. If they beat the Seahawks, they're the 1 seed because they got the tiebreaker on the Rams. But they got the divisional tiebreaker on the Rams.
So the 49ers could be the 1 seed in the NFC. Who would have thought that coming into the season? I had them not even making the playoffs. Bro. So, like, this has been a revelation. Kyle Shanahan, special coach. Brock Purdy has been playing well. They have a next man up mentality over there, and it's really, really working for them, man. And the 49ers are a scary, scary sight right now.
Bro, do you know they've got the least sacks in the NFL?
Yeah, but they're scoring points.
But even then, like, their defense, they don't get turnovers either. But they're timely enough. Obviously, their schedule since Purdy's been back, it's been quite favorable to them. But in Mac Jones's stretch, he actually played fairly good teams, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Patriots and the 49ers have had the easiest schedule out of the winning teams in the NFL this season. But the 49ers have been depleted. It's been the only constant has been Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. And he didn't start the season, did he?
Huh?
He didn't start the season, did he? I don't remember McCaffrey starting the season. I remember McCaffrey not being there.
No, that was last season when he went to like Germany for operation and all that stuff.
Why do I feel like this year he hasn't been there for a period of time?
I think he's been the only one.
That's
I
been
feel
there the
like
whole
he's
year.
played every game this season
Oh, okay.
because now I feel like I have to check, but I'm definitely sure Christian McCaffrey's been there all season because he's on pace for. I don't know how much receiving yards he needs in the final game. I think it's less than 100 now for 1,000 plus on both rushing and receiving.
Mm,
So, like, again, yeah, he's been there ever present.
yeah.
He's been immense. Yeah, no, he's played every game this season. Just looking at NFL.com in
Yeah,
terms
no,
of
I
like,
just felt like he wasn't there for part of the season. I don't know why I felt like that.
but even yesterday, that was like I think his biggest rushing game of the season, and he had his longest run in that game as well.
Yeah.
But again, it's a game they could have lost if it was a tough throw to make. But if Caleb made that throw, and then the Bears would have been
In the contention for the 1 seed. Yeah.
madness. So
Yeah. The
obviously they've
NFC's
wrapped
cooking,
up their division, but yeah.
the NFC's cooking up some stuff in the for the last game of the season. And anyway, like it did last year. That's who the NFL can rely on, the NFC, to provide some drama.
Hey, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. What did you think of Caleb's performance?
Good, man. Really good. Really, really good. You can see the progression from literally last season to this season is night and day, how good he is, what Ben Johnson has done. And you can see the raw talent and the ability that comes out when it needs to. So I feel like for Caleb, you just got to continue doing this, fine tune some of those silly mistakes he still does make. I think it's just a lapse of brain. And then we got a real serious quarterback on their hands. And hey, the Bears are going to be in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
we're going to see him in the playoffs for the first time. Let's see what he can do in that type of setting.
I mean, there's a potential as it's looking like it might be Bears Packers first round.
Yeah. Which I'd heavily favor the Bears right now.
They have to win the final game though. So they finish 2 seed and then the Eagles don't. Because if they finish 3 seed and the Rams don't win that division, then they've got the Rams.
Yeah, and you got the Rams at.
It'll be in Chicago, but I feel like the Rams.
It won't matter.
They've got the XP of going into the cold, going into Philly last year and nearly winning a game they should have arguably won. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the team they don't want to face that early in the playoffs.
Yeah, if there's a team you can miss, it'd probably be the Rams. But at the end of the day, this playoffs in the NFC, everybody is strong. I think the team you probably want to play right now is the Packers or the Bucks or the Panthers. One of those two.
Yeah. Facts.
That's literally going to be
the 2 seed in the NFC West. So out of the 49ers, Rams, or Seahawks.
Yeah.
One of them's going to face the Panthers or the Bucks.
Basically.
So, yeah, it's a madness. Caleb, yes, not yesterday, not showed me, but it further validated or confirmed. I feel like he doesn't know how strong his arm is. Because the short passes are like rockets into his receivers' faces and then their chests. But then the ones that he threw for the touchdown, like, maybe it's me just being in the moment. I was like, he's got the strongest arm in the NFL. It was literally darts. Like, the first touchdown was a throw. The second one was like 10 feet above the ground, the free play. But I was like, how is it that low and just, like, you'd think it was 50 yards in the air, bro. Like, his arm velocity. His arm velocity is insane. Like, he throws it like Josh Allen, but with less oomph.
Yeah, it's flying through the sky. Like, it's literally straight to the point.
Yeah.
It's almost, though, I almost feel like sometimes, bro, can your receivers catch that ball? Sometimes he throws balls and I'm like, bro, your receivers cannot like catching this football because it's just too hard. Sometimes I see it hit them in the chest. I'm like, bro, but you know, I think they have to adapt to it.
And him having to just know.
Yeah, when's the right time?
His velocity, because my gosh, some of the throws that he's made just this season, the one against the Browns where he threw across and then it went for the touchdown and then call it the bad. Like, you could argue only he could make that throw, or only him, Mahomes, Allen. Do you know what I mean? Like, just like I was like, wow. But like you said, he's coming into his own, and if it continues on this trajectory with him and Ben Johnson, and just because their team's still quite young as well, yeah,
Yeah, be good.
because they need to be good, especially in that division, like we spoke about at the beginning of the episode. But we're gonna go into this final week with the highlight games being Panthers, Bucks, 49ers, Seahawks. They're both the Saturday games, and then the Sunday 9:25 for us, I believe, is the Ravens at the Steelers.
Yes. Was it 9:25 or was it just a Sunday night game? I think it's a Sunday night game. If they
I
have
feel
it.
like I saw
It's 1, 6, and 8:20 in it.
I felt like I saw them tweet their time of 4:25. That's why.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just presume add the
No,
5
it's
hours.
it's our Sunday night one. Yeah.
So is it 1
1:20
a.m. for it?
a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m.
Oh, fair enough. Fair.
The Bills, Jets, Broncos, Chargers, Bears, Lions, Patriots, Dolphins, Eagles, Commanders, and the Rams, Cardinals are all at 9:25 here. And then
The
our
West
6
Coast
o'clock.
games, basically.
Yeah, our 6 o'clock games are all the other ones that don't really mean much.
Fair. Okay, cool. Fair enough. And then the Seahawks 49ers, is that the
Sunday, 1 a.m. So Saturday night, 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So really
Fair.
Sunday, 1 a.m. Yeah.
Okay, looks like more late nights, but hey, it
Yeah.
is what it is. Aye. Penultimate week done. Final week of the regular season coming up. Please, the people, them tell a friend to tell a friend. And then,
Yes. Like and subscribe.
yes, what the main man said, click the like button, share button, subscribe button, and get in the comments. That is our week 17 done. Whew, the regular season is soon coming to an end. I'm not happy about that, but hey, it's the business end of the season too. So, Joe, I am out of here.
Jacob, signing out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening.